Do you want to see what you get when you mix charming architecture with picturesque surroundings? Keep watching to find out. Welcome back to Moving to Bethesda. If you're new here, I'm Zach Lipson, your go-to Bethesda real estate expert covering all things Bethesda. Today, we're going to take a trip down memory lane to Greenwich Forest, a neighborhood that's not only close to my heart, but also where I grew up. Whether you're looking for a place to call home or just curious about Bethesda's hidden gems, stick around. You're going to love what you see. Downtown Bethesda is just a few minutes down the road by car or a short stroll down Wilson Lane. During its early years, Greenwich Forest quickly became a desirable location for those who wanted a quiet, family-friendly environment to come home to. The community has maintained that charm and desirability ever since. Greenwich Forest has a rich history that dates back to the late 1930s. It was developed as one of Bethesda's first planned communities with an emphasis on creating a suburban retreat just outside of Washington, D.C. The developers had a vision of a neighborhood that combined the best of city living with peace and the tranquility of the countryside. And while you're still in Bethesda and those rolling hills of the French countryside are going to be hard to come by, this is a pretty great option. You'll notice a distinct touch on the architecture of each home. Many of these homes were custom built at the neighborhood's inception, so no two homes are alike. From charming brick colonials to picturesque Tudors to Cape Cods, what's consistent across the board is the quality craftsmanship and the attention to detail that has stood the test of time. These houses are not like any other found in other neighborhoods in Bethesda, or for that matter, even surrounding areas. Neighbors decided it was imperative to preserve them under a historic district designation that prevents them from being torn down or renovated in a way that doesn't maintain their original charm and character. If a homeowner wants to make any changes to their home that will affect the historical charm or the facade, it requires approval from the county's Historic Preservation Commission. Not all the houses in the neighborhood, though, are considered historic, so those houses can be renovated or torn down. But we don't see too much of that happen here. In part because of the unique architecture, Greenwich Forest is one of Bethesda's more sought-after neighborhoods, and that is reflected in the housing values as well. Houses here typically range from $1.5 million to $3 million and above, depending upon the size, condition, and location within the neighborhood. Properties here tend to appreciate faster than in some other parts of Bethesda as well, thanks to the neighborhood's enduring appeal and low turnover. With less than 100 homes in the neighborhood, buyers here have to be quick to jump at the opportunity to live here when a property becomes available. Additionally, the houses sit on pretty decent-sized lots that range from a quarter acre and up. Being this close to downtown Bethesda, it's hard to come by a lot that large unless you want to spend more than $3 million. One very appealing feature which can't be bought is the mature tree canopy, made up largely of tulip poplars and oak trees. But seldom will you find neighbors cutting down trees. You'll still find a lot of nicely manicured lawns that accent these older trees as well. The houses here range in size from about 3,000 square feet or more, and sometimes even double that. These charming original homes were not built to be mansions though, but now we see folks want more space. So with that, we've seen the additions and renovations being done tastefully to these houses to add great rooms, owner suites, and more space to play. Neighbors do a wonderful job to ensure that these houses conform to the neighborhood and don't become an eyesore, also in large part because of the historic preservation requirements. But Greenwich Forest isn't just about beautiful homes, it's about community. Growing up here, I remember the sense of neighborliness, the lush tree canopy that provided shade in the hot summer, and the easy access to parks, schools, and downtown Bethesda. It's a place where you can really feel like you're at home, whether you're raising a family or trying to enjoy a quiet and peaceful suburban life. Many of my childhood neighbors are still close family friends, and that bond has only been strengthened throughout the years as I still come back to attend neighborhood picnics and other events throughout the year with my kids since my parents still live here. The triangle that greets you upon entering the neighborhood with the sign Greenwich Forest remains a focal point of the neighborhood. As a kid, I spent a lot of time here in part because I mowed the lawn, and it looked really nice then, and it still does now. One event that's held at the triangle is called Race to the Rock, which is a popular event held each Thanksgiving in support of dental work done in Nepal by one of the neighbor's children who's been organizing this event for her nonprofit for over 15 years. In preparation for the event, kids come from all over the neighborhood to her parents' house to make signs that adorn the triangle on race day. This event truly embodies the spirit of the neighborhood. Other events include an annual neighborhood picnic where residents gather to barbecue and let the kids play. There's also the Halloween parade each year for kids to walk around the neighborhood in their costumes in anticipation of the ghoulish holiday. I loved trick-or-treating here. It was so much fun. And post-Halloween, you'll find neighbors waiting, mainly kids, in anticipation of a little bit of snow to take advantage of some of the steep roads and hills to dust off their saucers and sleds. Unfortunately, there's not so much snow anymore, but when it comes, these are so much fun. I could go on and on about why I'm particularly fond of Greenwich Forest, but my advice is for you to go check it out yourself. If you're considering a move to Bethesda, or if you're just curious about what makes this area so special, Greenwich Forest is definitely worth a closer look. Thanks for joining me on this tour of Greenwich Forest. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to come back for more videos about other neighborhoods, events, and features that make Bethesda so great. And if you have any questions about the Bethesda real estate market, or if you'd like to take a closer look at homes in Greenwich Forest, drop me a comment below or reach out to me directly. I'd love to help you find the perfect home. See you in the next video.